Hey, what's up guys, Brad here. So today we have spooky, scary, scheming Weevil in Duel Links for Halloween. Pretty meta event, honestly. Not amazing, we're getting some daily missions. We have Weevil bringing 2 new cards and that's about it. INZEKTOR Firefly and INZEKTOR Giga Weevil. Both of these cards I think are going to be, or at least Giga Weevil, is going to be integral for the INZEKTOR strategy going forward. Firefly on the other hand, you get to know the set cards your opponent has, which in this meta is actually pretty good. But beyond that, I'm not too sure how good it's going to be. I have to wait and see what people come up with. Again, we are getting some reprints of cards like Insect Queen, which we can now get a 3rd copy of, I think. I I had 2 already, so a 3rd one's pretty cool. And then more reprints of Insect Armor Laser Cannon, which I think was an event card. I think that was available via like a blogging campaign. And then Insect Imitation, which I think has been one of Weevil's cards for a while. And Bombardment Beetle, I think, as well, was another card that you could get from a campaign or a Duelist Challenge event or something like that. So, a couple of reprints, not as many new cards as I would quite like for these type of events. I really would like all the cards to be new cards. That'd be really good if Konami could get to that point in Duel Links where they're like, hey, everyone's farmed Weevil at this point, and no one in their right mind is going to play Insect Armored Laser Cannon. So beyond that, the event is pretty straightforward. We have 3 farm decks today, so timestamps down below in the description to the different decks. We're going to be checking out Duel, Cloudy and Fairy Smile, and then we also have another deck that I really like that features Pickaroo and Air Hummingbird and just a lot of life point gaining. So let's go check them out, see how they do, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the farms. So our first farm deck is one I really like and one I personally enjoy playing the most, and that is Duel Standby Taya with a lot of life point gaining cards. So we are running, obviously the double back row threat for this is Astral Barrier and Spirit Barrier. Spirit Barrier, when you control a monster you take no battle damage, and Astral Barrier, when your opponent declares an attack you make it a direct attack instead. So obviously you're going to want to make all your attacks direct and then make it so you take no damage from those attacks. We have things like Magic Planter to draw into other cards. If you want to get rid of a Spirit Barrier in the field, then set one face down, you can do that. I'm running a pretty glossy heavy deck with this one, so it does guarantee 8,000 points very easily. Of course, you have the Black Cat of Ill Omen to make sure you can draw into one of your 2 traps you need. And then we just have some life point gaining cards like a Hummingbird, like Pickaroo. I feel like Pickaroo is the best one, just in case like Weevil does go into his big combo, get a bunch of INZEKTORS on board, and has like 4 cards on the field at once. Pickaroo is always going to give you 400 life points, and most of the time it's going to be 1200 times 3 every single turn, which is going to get you a lot of score. So definitely a fun deck, my favourite one so far of this whole event to farm Weevil with, and a very quick farm at that. Let me know what you think, enjoy the replay, and check out the other 2 farm decks after this for some more alternative options.
Duel!
So our second farm deck is going to be Fairy, Smile, Cloudy, and Ra, a very common farm deck running some new tech cards we've had from DSD World. Of course, Fairy Smile is very integral to this because every time you draw a Fairy, we have 7 of them in the deck. You gain 1,000 life, so combo that with Golden Ladybug and should get Ra up to some pretty big attack points. Obviously, you have to watch out for Weevil's final INZEKTORS spell because that's going to allow Weevil to nuke the board, which is why you have things like Cirrostratus and things like Acid Cloud who are going to be able to pop spell cards and the monster cards that Weevil has to try and make it so that he can't get 5 cards on board. Then we just have the normal back row. We have Counter Gate and Defense Draw for stopping attacks and drawing into our Ladybugs and into our other cards we need. And of course we have Spirit Barrier, as we talked about in the previous farm, because that's going to let him attack directly with his Hopper and not be able to deal us damage, which is what we really want. And then of course final turn play is just summon up the Winged Dragon of Ra, attack is one of his weaker monsters, and you should be good to go from there. So I believe this farm got 8,200 score, so it worked very well. Enjoy the farm, and check out the third farm after this, which I think is going to be Ubel. So finally we have Skillless Ubel. Obviously this deck isn't as good as running Ubel with the whole switch out skill, because it's a DM roaming event, you can't do that. Very, very straightforward deck. If you've played this before, you know exactly what to do. Get Terra Incarnate out as quickly as possible and just sit on it. Have your Spirit Barrier faced up on the field, so if he does have Hopper, he can attack directly and not deal you damage. And you should be good to go, because obviously Terra Incarnate does blow up cards on the field at the end of the turn. What you want to make sure though is you have 3 monsters in hand to use with Montage Dragon, so you want to have obviously 2 other Ubel and 1 Viking Action. That's going to be the 3 you're going to really want to get the most out of the combo. Obviously final turn, summon Montage Dragon, summon your Vassal, play your Union attacks, attack directly. I'm running Secret Pass in this version because Weevil can on his final turn set a card in face down defense, which does then obviously mess up your farm, so running that instead of a third Viking Island, but you can do that as well if you really want to. Anyway, enjoy the farm and thanks for watching the video.
Duel.
Kera ga